What's up, YouTube? The 90s whatever, guys. I'm Sage.
Liam.
And we have guests today, guys. This is Tiana.
Tony.
Yeah. From, guys.
Tony and Tiana lost 876.
Yeah. Guys, and there's their channel there below. Just go ahead and subscribe. It's nice. Won't regret it. Alright, so today, guys, we're going to do an interview. Tiana and Tony today about their relationship as a trans couple. You know what I'm saying?
Half trans.
Half trans.
Yeah, guys. So we're just gonna get another question. I'm gonna take 30. Yeah, guys, you ready? For sure. Yeah. Somebody question. Alright, so what challenges did you guys have amongst each other when you decided to start a YouTube channel? What challenges did you guys have after starting it?
Alright, so initially, Tony's the one that wanted to do a couples channel because he has a channel of his own. The challenge that we faced was that we were living in separate parishes when we started YouTube. He was living in Montego Bay and I was living in Kingston. So that was the only challenge initially. After we started, the challenge we had, me, was that I was the only one coming up with content. Tony was just there, laid back and whatnot. But we got through. We got through. I took control and I did what I had to. Yes.
Alright, so but after the YouTube channel started, what kind of challenges did you guys face after that? Like just having a YouTube channel and like kind of new to Jamaica.
Well, we haven't really received much hate from outsiders. Most of the hate has come from like family, people who would know, right? Nobody has ever really like come on the channel and said anything that was out of the way. As I said, it's just people who we know that would have said something.
Wow.
Good. Yeah, so far, so good. So good. We just reached 1 year, almost 1 year, so we still have a mighty long way to go.
Okay. For you, Tony, how long have you been on testosterone?
Alright, so April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 1 year, 6 months.
1 year, 6 months.
Yes.
And how long did it take you to,
Well, for me, it took quite a long while for me personally because I want to start as we start out. It's different. So, but before testing, I had like 2 charm, like you said. Before testosterone, just 2. And then after testosterone, it started coming in little by little bit. It wasn't much. For me, it started like more bodier than up here so before. So like belly. So that's where it actually started for me. It started on my belly and but about 6 months in, I think it actually started to see it more. But then after about a year afterwards, then 1 year after, the year started actually start to show.
Okay.
What Tony should also say about that is facial hair, it really depends on your genes.
Yeah.
So while for some persons it might start a month or 2 after testosterone, others it might take up to a year or 2 years depending on your genetics.
Starting hormones that you're going through puberty all over. So it depends on like the system and your side of the family, how they mature fast. Because some them start, I think I say about
so 1 year bloom.
Yes, 1 year. Right. 1 month you actually have a full beard. 1 month. So it depends on genetics as still in a sense of
Alright, so when you guys met, did Tony already start transition or did he start the process when you really started the relationship? How did you feel
Me
about
answer.
that?
I want to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel
So I mean, when we met, I didn't know that Tony was trans until like we started talking. Because based on his profile pic, me I see butch. So I was just assuming that it was a butch until we started to talk and he started to tell me that he was trans and whatnot. How we met was when I was trying to introduce to him Pride in the year of 2018, and I was also promoting a fashion show that Transwave was hosting. And when he realized that it was a Transwave fashion show, I introduced Transwave to him because he didn't know that there was an organization in Jamaica that treats with trans people. So basically, he was trans when I met him. It's just that I didn't know. Right? And he didn't know that there was opportunities in Jamaica to get like testosterone. And like I said before, he didn't know about the organization.
God put you on your right. Set you up. Alright, proper. Alright.
Okay, Tony. What do you think about bottom surgery?
Bottom surgery, something that I plan to do. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Tony. Let me fucking go.
Wow.
When I do my research on the bottom surgery, what do you mean? Like, them say them take it from a part of you, right? To make the But my problem is, me and you say 5 to 6 inch.
No.
Tony.
It depends.
It
It actually
depends.
depends, but them can't anchor.
But me
Put it
don't
this
have
way.
no flesh. About 1 to 3.
The size depends on where you take the skin from. If you take it
Yeah.
for your hand, you would have a smaller one. Take from your
In
leg
the
or whatever. It all depends. Yeah, the size of them normally deal with is 5 to 16, but after you pump it up, you get longer than that.
Stop.
So it might like you know when a cisman without direction.
Yeah.
Some of them that have a small size, you understand, but
Yeah.
have direction get longer, so it's the same thing.
Mm.
But the normal size them give you is that. Afterwards, pump it up different.
I pump up something so very funny.
Yeah, hopefully that you're not gonna get connected in such a way that you naturally irritate.
Yeah.
You have to pump it.
You're gonna have to pump it.
Yeah.
Pump the balls.
You are not gonna
Yeah.
naturally be able to.
Yeah.
After you're done using it, you have to pump it back down.
Yes.
You know, no.
Yes,
you know,
no.
say some
Yes. I got you.
it depends on all of them, because some of them not. Because some it depends on the type of surgery that they plan to do.
Yeah.
Because some of them you know have good pump.
Yeah.
Some of them you actually can't do penetration with it. It's just for
So
it's
like
just
$1 million
air.
Yeah. Just for
Yeah,
sure.
it's more
Just for show and
expensive
tell.
than
So
top
like
surgery.
jet money.
Depends on the time, man. Because some of them not really interested, but they have somewhere them still keep the opening of the vagina.
Yes.
Still keep it. So it's just for to show that it's actually there. Not really mean nothing to them. Them just want because some persons without top surgery, without bottom surgery, are pack. Wherein some person what me do, we close, we just put it in my underpants. We give it that off.
Yeah.
They actually have packers. Actually have
Yeah.
packers where you use.
Yeah, I know about the packs.
Yes,
I know
TB
about the
packers. Yeah, so it depends. Everybody have a different way of going through
Same
transition.
one that tell about STD.
The STP are one that can actually stand up
Yeah.
here and you can use with penetration.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. So that's in the community, your preference is only trans.
No. Prior to Tony, I was dating women. I was considered a lesbian. I don't identify as a lesbian anymore just because we don't want the confusion.
Right.
So I identify as queer. So what that means is today Tony decides to leave me. I'm a nice clean butch. Carry it back on. So yeah, so that's why I really don't identify as a lesbian anymore. But prior to Tony, I was
Just
dating
that.
women.
Okay, but that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So, Tony, what is it like working as transgender in Jamaica
Well, I can,
or seeking a job? What's it like?
to be honest, right now, the job that I applied as male, when I do like especially when I do the registration,
Right.
actually take me out.
Right.
Actually did that. And I'm sure so them mistake because me have to give them a birth certificate. I'm going to give them qualification. So at some point they must see, but me now go put female on.
Yeah, me not.
Before I started testosterone, I had to apply as female because voice did tweak me. I wasn't looking that masculine, so before testosterone, I had to navigate spaces as female. It was very dysphoric, very stressful, being misgendered 24/7. And because of that, I had to constantly remind myself I was trans. Because it's not something I want to just walk around and just everybody I'm trans, right? But in order to get the gender properly, in order to allow a person to see me as me, I have to start saying that I'm trans, and I'm always talking about
especially if you haven't started before, you know?
And then after starting testosterone now, my feel past. Like if I don't tell anybody who don't know me before, if I don't tell them like, hey, I was born female, nobody will know. Because right now I'm at my workplace, like my team don't know. One person here know, but it's because you know me before. You know me personally, but you know me before as with Facebook and so, but otherwise nobody knows. Even if they know, they're not telling me because everybody's I'm being gendered properly. So it's that's something I bring up. It's a really sticky topic because I realized that now that I've actually passed, actually don't want to like talk about transgender issues, and it was something that I always talk about. But it's like fighting myself right now because right now I feel like I would go stealth. So stealth meaning I would just live my life as a male. Nobody knows that I'm cis. Understand? So that's something that is been sticking in my brain recently because the feeling that I get with being gendered properly. And nobody's questioning anything. Because at the moment everybody's already that I'm trans, like everything will change.
Definitely get that.
Everything will change.
Yeah.
This
So
got
the
to pop
respect.
off every time.
And I tell you, the respect I have right now, being in society, like seen as male, is very, 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 very nice. Like no one that should.
Yes.
And
No, I feel like I want to step in a place and the other day I'm up on the road and step in a place and one woman say, it's like, oh, one son, what do you need? I say, need that?
I remember before testosterone, like persons will see me, and it's a sense where if I don't talk, majority of the time they wouldn't know that.
Yes.
They would see me.
Yes.
They would see me and say, sir. I remember when working at a particular workplace, and if they see me from the back, sir. The moment I turn around, I remember one like the man come to me and said, sir, where can I find this? Turn on the man start apologize. I'm not telling you don't need to apologize.
Yeah, why you always do that shit? Like, why are you?
They're gonna assume that they're offending you because in their eyes they're seeing a woman and they don't know that you're trans unless you say something.
Yes.
No,
But
you cannot guess what. To me, sometimes I feel like when you do that, you're trying to address the fact that I'm a girl.
Yeah.
And I already know I'm a girl. So if you already have a conversation and in the end, they're going to say, oh, John, you're a female girl. Bro, you
that's
could
a different
just
thing.
avoid where I think I'll move on. You get what I say? You're not really necessary. My mother always say, if you're not necessary, just don't say it.
You get what I said about you have to understand that sometimes they don't know how your reaction will be, and some person like you have some where them even though they dress masculine, they still want to be they still want to and the moment you address them masculine and say sir, they get offended. So they don't know who you are, they don't know, so their instinct is going to be to apologize.
Yeah, really twisted. Stop apologizing. Now I should stop apologizing. Alright, so Tony, so when did you decide to transition? And why? Like, why did I go to your mind?
I have to start from childhood, right? I remember I read that I was different from about when I was 3 or 4. 3, 4, 5. I read I was different because I felt like I was a boy, and I realized that the boy didn't have feelings and me everything. Like, how that work, you know? So it was a bit confusing for me until I asked my mother. She started questioning everything and tell me that girls have a vagina and boys have a penis. And then after I said, I have the wrong one because I actually feel like a boy, so why do I have this? So I struggled with my identity growing up. Struggled with that after year. I remember my teenage years was the roughest part because when I started puberty, and I started puberty very soon. Actually, I started large chest whatsoever when I was 9. So I started everything very soon. Well, I started before that, but it actually showed me about 9, 10. So starting puberty was very fast and stressful. But I knew then that I needed to transition. I didn't know about transition because I didn't know about trans people. I didn't know about anything until I met Tiana. Well, didn't know that I could transition in Jamaica until I met Tiana. Because before Tiana, I was thinking that I would need to go overseas to do all of that. And yeah, but the moment I realized that I can transition in Jamaica, I didn't have a second guess. There was nothing in my brain that said, okay, should I do this or should I not do it? I had to do this. So I got to do it. And yeah, Tiana set up the appointment for me to get, because she actually was the one who got the doctor. She did the research. She got the appointment and I went to the appointment not knowing that I was actually going to start the same day. I just thought I was going to go to question the doctor to find out whatever, and the doctor told me that I can actually start. Because before he said that I had to do like blood tests before to find my testosterone levels. But they said that, see that with my first shot, I could just start the first shot, but when I come back the next time, then I do the blood work. So yeah, I started that same day. And I mean, it was a bit exciting, but it was very exciting, and I think I was having a mixed feeling, like the exact moment, and the reason I was having that meeting because I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. And then I started wondering, should I do this at that exact moment? Because I was really thinking about myself at the time. I was thinking about my family, what my mother is going to think, what my family will think, what's going to happen when I start seeing all these changes, like what the world will think. So that at the moment, I said, all right, got to do it.
Right now, I must have stayed in the fuck world, bro. Like seriously, like if me love myself and the people that around me love me, like the people that want to be around me love me, they want to care about whatever myself. So no, I feel, and to be honest, I know what you said, a lot of chance that them going on to the love of them parents. So whenever them feel refused by them parents, it's like a really strong feeling. I'm understand that feeling, I can't trust me. I do. When I say, love my mother and I love my father, but I reach a stage where if I can love you for being me, I don't see why you can't love me for being me. And if you can't show me that same respect, I have to cut you off. But it's good for you. You get what I'm saying?
I know what I think is that sometimes it's not that your parents don't really want to love you. It's just that the way of society, and that's what happens sometimes.
But if we can look past it, why can't you?
Because they grew up in this. What you're experiencing is just an excuse. Hold on.
Yeah.
What you're experiencing. No, I'm not making an excuse for them, but as I try to show you how I try to understand them. Them grow up knowing that this is the way, and then for you to now come. Remember, you are their junior. You're younger than them, so for you to come now to impose this new thing on them, it's not gonna be that easy. It's just like technology. Them used to probably go to post office, go do this and stuff that. For you to now say, oh, come if we use a tablet, if we use a laptop, it's gonna be a little bit hard for them. You understand? It's really up to them now to want to try to understand or want to try to learn this new thing.
But I guess I'm against it, because I'm flesh and blood.
Alright, guess something I
So
say about that now.
Yeah, it kind of it's a different kind of wickedness.
I remember they think that we're going down a wrong path, you know. So they're assuming that we're going down a wrong path. So they're not gonna sit down and make a deal without a fight. But that's what they're assuming.
When she left my father, I'm married to the new one.
Here we go.
I never come for
Here we go.
I
just I said me that got you some
Sorry,
stress.
come on.
No, guys, but I'm just saying, like, scenarios, we go through things too with our parents in our life. Them put you through things too. You see me, I say? We could have a choice to say, have only for rebellious kids out there. We could have been one of them kids that would say, fuck off, you know, I'm gone about business. You see me, I say, but we want to stick it through. You see me, I say, enough girls get raped by them stepfather and still live in our house. You see me, I say? Them love them parents through it. So, if she broke the same girl, we get raped, I say, alright, I love females. You want to put her around now? She don't go through rape already. You don't feel what I'm coming from that?
I get what you're saying, but I'm not trying to make an excuse or anything. But what I've learned is that I was at a stage where, like how you do, and like some not think about it the way,
Yeah.
but it's like I had to really think about it. Transitioning is not just about I'm transitioning. I'm not the only one transitioning, right? Tiana transitioning. Whoever's around me is transitioning with me. They knew me the way they knew me before. It's not something you can't force a person to accept you how you see yourself. And you are trying to say, get what I say, but at the end of the day, it's like this. Everybody's in their own individual. I can give you the story of my mother, right? Right now, before my mother said we can't do anything unless we promote our house. She used to cuss me 24/7, said we need to get out of our house. She never used to like, and she told me that I can live my life, but I can't live my life under a roof.
Yeah, like.
And I had to respect that. I had to respect that.
I understand that, girl, which is why I'm saying, my leg are off for that. You see me, I say, I just believe, say, I don't like the fact that some of my friends might be trans. I hold on and I make your parents hurt you. If you want to be you, be you.
True.
But I give a fuck about them. Them live for them life already.
True.
You see me, I say, someone say, I understand your mommy. That's why I'm going to move.
True. That's the way to go. That's the way to go, because if you allow, because I don't know Transman. I don't know him personally, but he's 50, and he's now wondering if it's too late to transition right now. And the only reason why he didn't transition because of family, and not just his family that he grew into, family he made for himself, like his wife and all of that, and he married to the lady as a lesbian, right? So now they say that she's a lesbian, she can't be with a man. So it was a roller coaster business, and he was wondering if it's right, if he can transition right now. And again, a lot of persons don't want to let go of things, and if you don't let go, you can't be true happy yourself. I had to let go of everything. I love my mother,
That is what I'm saying.
but I have to live my life for myself.
Let it go. That's
And right now, normally, remember me tell say my mother see my status, and my mother block her. I say no, my mother block her.
Yeah.
And then they try to post. Me just post. I post my picture there, and she come in and she may know so she see it, and me call her just to see if she go post. But she had nothing to say. She actually talked to me like. She actually talked to me like she never said nothing.
She messaged me, I'm so nice, he sent me that picture there. So that woman,
You lie.
Like, I wish my mother would have said that to me.
She didn't mean that, bro.
No, even if it was only a joke, even if only a joke, I wish she would say that she might run there and joke.
For real, man.
My father, when me not growing, when me not know nothing about, call me. What God, Mr. Laws? The man, me and the man have no type of relationship.
Yeah.
And the fact that he actually acknowledged, me never tell him no. Me know say my sister tell him about something, but I mean, me never tell him when the fact that he actually acknowledged and said, Mr. Laws, and call me son, that meant a lot. I mean, I said, my mother will grow with me, would have never, ever, in a million years. So, what about my son?
My mother bipolar, soft
It's going to be the best, yeah?
Yeah, my hair quite stand, you know? Where you at?
I want to take over.
Yeah, look like this.
Alright guys, so we're back. Yeah, I'm had to take a break. So Danny will take over in this segment. Isn't it that?
Oh, shit.
Alright, so
Can you guys answer like why people would want to identify as trans, or like what happens in your mind when you decide to go that way?
Like, I don't really know how to answer the question because I don't believe that the phrase that you use, I don't choose, I decide. It's something that just happens.
Yeah.
I think I read a study that said it's something that happens in the brain. I don't know, but it's actually the brain. It's just how you are. That you are. For example, some persons born them like a particular thing, and them just like a particular thing. It's not really a good example, but that's what it's just how you are born. Like you see, like you can't choose who you love. You can't choose, it's the same thing. Like I can't choose it, and this is how I actually feel from when I was younger.
So, similar to how you were born a woman and identify as a woman, you're considered cisgender. It's a similar situation where you were assigned female at birth but identify as a man, so you're transgender. That's just it.
It's just
you
happens.
didn't decide to be, you didn't choose to be. This is just who you are.
It's just that some persons just don't come out, as they would say.
Yeah.
Other persons don't talk about it. Other persons don't really understand it either. You don't understand. You just know you feel this part that way, but you don't know
what you like. You know what
especially
you don't like.
because it's not something that is taught.
Exactly.
You learn in school that you have some persons that were assigned this gender, but they identify as the other gender. It's not taught. So sometimes when you feel that way, you feel like, okay, this is crazy. Because if it is that you're a woman and you like woman, that is considered crazy, much less you're a woman or assigned woman and identifies as a man. That is even more crazy.
But they're backward because the bisexual they might be woman for the man. So I mean, you're like, woman, there's a man, but at the end of the day, they tell me say you're straight.
I know. As she raised a point about
Seriously.
Anyway, but no matter. Alright, so I wanted to put them at that before I started publicly saying that I'm trans. I got more respect being a lesbian, bush lesbian than
I was gonna get to that because I was saying that in Jamaica it's like this thing, like you never hear a man a walk and say, she dirty trans. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. I want to watch dirty butch, dirty stuff that. There's not a lesbian guy. But I think it's that they never say anything as it pertains, as if it don't exist.
But I think that's also because of like her point when she said it's not really taught to them, they really know it. So once them see you look a certain way, them just classify you as butch. All I would get called butch. It's just a classification because they weren't taught anything else.
Yeah.
And the moment you decide to say, okay, I'm trans, or you start talking about it, then them will say, alright, you're going against nature. And then we cuss and say because being a lesbian was okay, now you want to turn man. And it like we get more bashing.
It's easier to accept a lesbian than a trans person. I remember that trans people usually want to go on with.
Is it easier or is it made easier by society?
Yes,
right.
Alright. That's true.
It's what you tell yourself mentally.
While a lesbian can tomorrow wake up and be like, oh, I'm free, I like men. It's a trans person now. After you're done the top surgery, after you're done go through
That'd be weird.
How do you reverse that? It can't be done,
No, but it is reversed really easily as well.
But
What, being trans?
Yeah, isn't it? Once you stop taking the teeth, no.
There are lots of things that
you do your
don't
top surgery
reverse.
and you do your bottom
You know
surgery.
what?
and like
There are
there's
lots
some
of
things
things
that
that
go
don't
back and
reverse.
some that doesn't.
Oh,
Like
So
your
it all
voice?
depends. The
Your
voice
voice,
not
right?
changing, not moving.
so you would go back to a female body with that voice?
Yeah, that's
To get back to it, and it's not going to be
That's
as
crazy.
natural as it was before because all of them tissue there they got cut out when they did top surgery.
That's
You can't do that.
Now we're about that.
Yes, Leo.
But no, I wanted to point on something else. Like when Tiana said that a lesbian can just decide that she like men now. But I mean a trans man can like man.
Don't it?
Yeah.
It's I mean they can. So if a trans man decide that okay, I was dating only women and all of a sudden now I decide I want to date men.
Yeah.
It is possible.
Liam is back.
Yes, continue. Continue.
It is possible. Like before I didn't knew that actually a trans man can be gay. I didn't know that. I had to see that on the internet where a trans man at about his boyfriend. Like, what? I was confused, and I had to realize that okay, your gender identity has nothing to do with your sexual
It's
orientation.
and I think the men, gay men, accept it more than in the lesbian community.
Yep.
When it comes down to the trans situation, I think they're more open to it.
Yeah.